Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Between Realities. My name is Alex. I'm joined here by my co-host, Skiva.
What's up, buddy?
How are you doing, dude?
I'm all right. My body's a little broken, but I'm good. I'm glad to be here. I was so sad that we weren't able to do a show last week. But, you know, this is always the highlight of my week.
Yeah,
so
seriously, apologies to all the hardcore fans who I know were just distraught without an episode last Friday. And apologies to Hasco and GST, who we really wanted to have, like, round out our Ladies of VR month. But Skiva's just had, you know, a mountain of shit piled up on top of his plate. And I'm just happy that he's here today to do the show. So we're managing to pull it together this time. But thoughts and prayers for Skiva, because he's moving. There's a million things going on, and he still managed to put together the show. So you're the man, dude. Yeah, you're the man.
Awesome.
You know who else is the man? Limitless Gaming, who is first in chat all the time. Yep. Great to see you,
What's
dude.
up, Limitless?
Thanks for joining us. Obscure Nerd, my homie. How's it going, dude? He is a hilarious guy who has been, he's a stand-up comedian who has now been making like VR gameplay videos, you know, and just like his commentary as he's like running around in Pokemon VR, just like chatting with people and stuff. It's really good. So
that's awesome. Check
out Obscure Nerd. We're gonna have him on the show one day for sure. So thank you guys for being here early in the chat. Waiting in the wings with us is someone I'm very excited to have on the show. This guy is a true pro in the world of VR. He knows his shit. He is the author of the esteemed blog online called the Ghost Howls, and he is here, and we are introducing him right now. Welcome to the show, please, Tony Skarredghost Vitillo.
What's up, buddy?
Hello, everyone. How are you, man?
Very, very good, dude. Thank you for joining us. Skiva and I are so excited to have you on the show with us, man. To get into the nitty gritty, we are backed up with VR excitement. 2 weeks without a show, so you know, I think you're here joining us on a good day. We're gonna have a good time.
Yep, for sure. How's everyone?
I'm sure it's
cool. And where are you coming to us from, buddy?
Well, there is a bit of dilemma we are talking because I'm from almost the other side of the world. I'm from Italy, from Turin, that is in the northwest from Italy, of Italy. Close to here, there is a city called Alba, that is the city of the Nutella, actually. So if you want to come here with some chocolate and hazelnut sweet stuff, when the COVID is over, come and I will offer you something.
Nice. I would love to dip down
Dude.
Italy, right?
Yeah,
oh my God.
I mean,
go crash at your place.
You probably should have offered that after this conversation, you know, and make sure that this goes like the way that you want before you invite us over. But yeah, it's too late now. We're coming. So I hope you're excited to have guests. We're going to come. Limited Frags, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us in the chat. It's good to see you. He's got an up-and-coming YouTube channel, as well as Alt VR. Yep. Joachim, the host of Philosophy VR.
What's up, Joachim?
He's in chat. He says what does he say? Wants to pay homage to Skarredghost. Remember, you commented on his blog years ago. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Everyone go check out Alt VR, too, because, you know, Joachim is amazing. Just amazing. Like,
he is amazing.
He is very philosophical and really deep shit.
And watch our episode with him. We have some great chats with him.
Yep. But Skarredghost is down here on the monitor here. Please go check out his social media. Check out his Twitter. His website. It's almost called a blog, right? But it's not. It's like Upload VR or Road to VR by one dude. And it's really good shit.
Seriously, how long have you been the author of your blog / website? How long have you been doing it?
Well, it's 4 years this year. I started in 2016, almost by chance and with some horrible posts. So I still always say that my first post was with an image taken on those free stock websites with a flower on it. I don't even know why I started with that way. It's really terrible. And I started it also because are you interested to know how I started my blog?
Yeah, definitely.
Uh-huh.
It's a story. I had a startup at the time called Emotional, and we tried to do full body virtual reality. So we started even before the Vive. We tried with the Oculus DK2 to have your full body in VR using Kinect. It was super cool.
Nice.
But we were terrible at business, so the story didn't end very well. But in the final years of that adventure, I was attending an acceleration process for the startup. We asked this guy called Tommaso Di Bartolo how we should promote our startup, so how to do marketing. And he said, hey, you told me that there is no known expert in VR, so you must become the expert. So this sentence, like from Master Yoda, I was like, okay, let's try it. And like some days after, I opened my blog with a free WordPress.com account just to try how it is, to try to express myself in a more free way and say what I think, my experiences. And strangely, people started reading what I was writing. I didn't know why, but so I continued, and then I improved in how I write, I improved my way of expressing myself. And now I am where I am now, and it's been so strange for me. So, I started thinking just my friends will read what I have to write. And actually I discovered that lots of people want to talk about VR with me and just make a community around what I write, and that's amazing. On the social media, on my blog. What I want to try to do always with my posts is try to be informative. So sometimes probably my SEO is not that good because I try to write something that expresses myself or that informs the community, not just something because there is a keyword somewhere and just gives me a point over other websites. I think that it's important to tell people, to inform the community. I read what other people write. You mentioned Upload or VR, great magazines. So really, I read them every day. But also we in this try to do something with a bit smaller budget and less time, but it's cool. I invite everyone to try to join the VR communities and the social media or with their own website and try something like that.
Yeah, what do you think it is that you're not a fan of with Upload VR? I mean, because they are definitely recognized as like one of the primary news outlets for virtual reality news. So, what are they doing wrong?
Well, what I'm doing wrong probably is, it's anyway, it's a side project for me. I'm a VR developer, I'm a VR entrepreneur, and I just have the time just to make 1, 2, 3 articles a week, not that much more. We upload, maybe write like 5 articles a day, so it's impossible
Right.
to compete with them.
Right.
And so they have a better SEO, they have more budget for marketing, they have more time for the articles, and it's normal, when something is a bit like a hobby, you can't be recognized like the big guys. But it's cool that I have my little community as well, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah, dude. We feel the exact same way about our content. Like we're certainly not ones that are doing things for clicks. We have like borderline like like racy conversations on this channel, and talk about stuff that not everyone else is always willing to talk about because YouTube doesn't always like it. We say words on this show that YouTube algorithm kicks out, and like it's just because we enjoy what we're doing, and you've been doing it for 4 years. You jumped in at the right time. You have an awesome following on Twitter, like 14,000 followers on Twitter, which is, I think, very impressive. Especially for somebody who's just been keeping it real and doing it in their free time, man. So I'm a fan, and like I said, it's just great to have you on the show to get into some of this stuff today.
Yeah, it really is. I think your content is incredible.
Gamertag VR is in the chat, and he's worried about it being recorded because he's not always here live. And it's, dude, we're here, man. What's up? What's up, dude? Gamertag VR. He is the man.
Yes.
He is the fucking man.
He is known
dude.
to be probably the hardest working man in virtual reality content creation.
And even though I'm sure I'll lose, I just want to arm wrestle him one day, just to feel that power, just to feel the pure virtual reality strength.
I think I'd rather see like Gamertag and Eric for president.
That would be such a fucking epic battle.
Over the top.
Such an epic battle. I want to be the referee, like the guy who holds the hands and is like, this way. So anyway, we're gonna make that happen one of these days. Gamertag, great to have you in the chat. Thanks for joining us today. So it's been 2 weeks since we've had a chance to talk, but this week alone has a lot of pretty like noteworthy things, I would say, to chat about. And I'm sure you've got something on your mind, right, Skiva?
Oh, dude, lots. I mean, let's start with the number one thing, I guess. I've had 2 weeks to play VR, and it's been a little tough for me to play because I got injured, but I've been forcing myself to play because I am so friggin' obsessed with Population 1. It's like I go to bed at night, I like see the map in my head, I hear the sounds, you know what I mean? I want to just get up and play more. And that right there is the making of an incredible virtual reality game, right? I mean, we have all these companies that have been trying to kill it in a multiplayer in a multiplayer thing, and it just hasn't been working. So a lot of the lobbies are you can't get a game when you want to, but Population 1 is always full. It's always going down. You never have a problem getting in any matches or finding any teammates. Right. And it's just go all the time, and it's amazing. This game is frigging incredible. If you don't have this game, you need to buy this game. I don't care if you're not into battle royales.
Dude, the refund policy, bro. The refund policy is too good.
Just buy it and get in that pod, right? Hit that button and take off, or just to jump off the edge and spread your arms out and just fly around. I mean, this game has everything, and it does it all very, very well.
Tony, is any of this resonating with you?
Well, actually, I've not had the opportunity to play it yet because of full of work these latest 2 or 3 weeks. But I've read the reviews about it, and they were mostly positive. But I remember Road to VR highlighting how the interface, they said it was not really VR oriented, still a bit of porting, like from 2D game. What's your opinion on that?
I think those people are looking for something to complain about.
Yeah,
Personally, because this game is so smooth. It's butter, dude. It is butter. Like it's if they're complaining about reload mechanics, it's like, hold on, you want it to be more difficult? Like it feels like it should. Like when you pretend to reload a gun, you're like, just like like that's the feeling that you do. It's like it feels like you're pretending to load a gun. And it's not Onward. Like it's simple mechanics.
Well, and that's what everyone compares it to, right? Everyone wants the onward load mechanics. When you hit the button, the clip drops, you grab one, you put it in. But here's the thing. Any regular person I've just thrown in VR and they're like, oh, I heard about this Onward game. Put me in Onward. I'm like, okay. And then they sit there for 10 minutes trying to reload the weapon. And then they're like, no, I'm frustrated. Just get me out of here, right? Because every weapon you have to know how to reload it in Onward because it's a simulation of the actual guns. It's a simulation. Right. This is not. This is an arcade game. This is an arcade-like game where you go over, you see something, you reach over towards it, you click your grip button. It's Spider-Man. And you click your grip button and it comes over, right? And there's not that type of thing where you're like, how do I reload this?
Right.
You pop the clip in, you pull back the action, and you're done.
It's fluid, dude.
It is.
And they've set you up to where you can feel like a fucking superhero. Yeah. Like you can jump off a building and reload your gun midair as you're blasting through a window.
Yeah.
If you were playing Onward, there's no way you could do all of that. It's just like you're just like going crazy, Like the game is awesome. It's made for VR. The climbing is the best. You can climb
it's insanely good. It's so good.
I think people who are saying that the mechanics are falling short are just looking for something to complain about and have forgotten where they are in the world right now. We're living in the future, everybody. You got virtual reality at your house. This is the kind of shit that you would have paid $25 for a single experience at an arcade for back in the day. And now you pulled it into your home and you can just do it all day, every day in Population 1.
Yeah, and you don't even need a powerful PC, right?
No.
You can throw on a mobile headset like the Quest or Quest 2.
And you can even make content now. You can use your phone and use the Oculus app and like make videos with it and shit. Like Get to the Choppa. He doesn't even have a computer. He has a Quest, a PSVR, and a phone, and a super awesome YouTube channel.
Yeah, that blows my mind. That dude blows my mind. The shit he puts out without a computer,
crazy,
blows my mind. But really, this game is. I think it's. I would go to say that it might be like Half-Life Alyx and Population 1. Like it's really. I mean, this is a good game.
Buy it. Try it. Refund it if you think it sucks. I doubt you will.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing though. You got to get in there with friends if you can.
Yes.
Because when you have a squad and you can this game is about communication if you want to win, right? A lot of people, there's some people that hop out there and they're Lone Ranger Rambo and they just run after everyone. But if you want to win this game, you have to communicate with your teammates. You have to use the ping system where you're showing people where you're seeing enemies. You have to be very strategic. And when you get those W's, it feels great. You accomplish something with your friends. And so, if you can play with your friends, this is definitely the way to go. This surpasses every other VR shooter for me.
Me too.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yep.
That's interesting because already in the reviews, I didn't understand that it was so cool. Now you're telling me that it's more or less like Alyx. It's a different kind of game, of course. Alyx single player,
way different.
Super amazing graphics, but it's another thing. And you told us about Onward. What I've noticed that there are people that prefer the perfect simulation. Maybe someone I had a friend time ago that at university he wanted to be part of the army. He wants a super realistic war game because otherwise it's a game. Right. People like me, but maybe I prefer something that is easier. I don't want to think that much. I don't want to mess with reloading. Okay, let me shoot then. I want to have fun, not just simulate the war.
let us take you in there. I know time difference is a thing, right? But let's organize it. Skeeva and I will take you in there. We'll show you the ropes, and I guarantee you're gonna have a blast. It is such a good time. And if you don't, refund it, and then you don't have to worry.
Buy this game.
Join us. I'm trying. I'm looking to play. It's if you guys. I always want people to play with. Population 1, Beat Saber multiplayer, real VR fishing. That is all I do in VR anymore. That's my new VR life. It's just a rotation of those 3 games. And they're all multiplayer, and I want to play them with all of you. So hit me up.
I'm Skiva007 on Oculus, so hit me up there, or just Skiva on Steam, and we can play. Get some wins together.
I will add you as my Oculus friend now.
What's that?
He's going to add you as his Oculus.
Oculus
perfect.
friends list.
Yep, let's do it, man. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna get some wins.
So there's another game I want to talk about this week, and I don't know if you have anything for it. It'd be cool if you do. Came out in beta this week, and it's one that I've talked about. Alvo. Do you have one? That would be cool. You don't have to, but
well, you talk about it. I'm gonna see if I have something. Here.
I will. So Alvo.
What game?
It's called Alvo. ALVO. And it is a military shooter, and it probably lands somewhere in between Onward and Population 1. You know, maybe more like from the vibe I'm getting, it's more like Firewall 0 Hour for PSVR, but a little faster, right? Like fast respawns, like keep getting in there, keep going. And the reason why I think this game is very important to talk about is it's available for PSVR, which and has aim controller support, which is what made Firewall 0 Hour such a fucking amazing game to play when it came out. But Firewall has, in my opinion, been losing steam just because they refuse to address things that some of the community members have been begging for years. And I think it's because they don't maybe have the resources or the tools to like redo everything, you know, but like the lobbies just take way too long. You know, Solaris comes out and it's just too little too late, right? Like one-handed, like what? Nobody asked for that. And I know that they wanted it to be working with the aim controller so PSVR players could play it, but it's just not meshing. Well, Alvo is aim controller supported, online multiplayer, and the thing that I think makes it huge is it is supposed to have PC VR crossplay compatibility. So if you have a friend who has a PSVR and you are a PC VR gamer, now you guys have a shooter that you can team up and play with, and he gets a great experience with the aim controller, and you get a great experience with your PC game. And I think that alone, just being able to like have that crossplay compatibility will create a community for this
Crossplay
game.
is great because we're in such a small community that it's really hard to divide everyone up, especially when it comes to multiplayer lobbies, right? We're always going into these games like Tower Tag is the perfect example.
Right.
That game is so good, but it just doesn't have, because it's not on Quest, it doesn't have the following that it should have because it's so friggin' good, right? And being able to have any game cross-platform and be, you know, and I know this isn't on Quest, but it is on the PlayStation VR, which is the top platform that is slowly becoming the second top platform, right? But you got to have cross-platform. Everyone, you got to be able to play together with everyone, no matter what headset you have.
That has become like the most important thing, and I know it is, at least for me. But I'm noticing that others in the world are sharing my sentiment. Tony, do you have a PSVR? Have you ever fucked around with PSVR before?
No, I've never had a console, always been a PC guy, but I know that the PSVR is pretty good, especially for the titles that it hosts, because the hardware is not the best in class, but the library of titles is very, very good, and PlayStation, you know, it's a known brand, the console works very well. As a developer, I have also to say that it is a pretty complicated world to develop for a console because there are lots of more rules to follow than PSVR requires lots of optimization. And so I can tell you that this is also a big problem, maybe for titles that have started for PCVR, when thinking that PCVR could have become popular, and now making the porting for Quest or PCVR is a bit complicated because you have to hyper-optimize everything, maybe reduce some graphical assets. And it's an investment of time and money. As a developer, I can tell you that that's a problem. Now, in fact, what you're seeing is something that also talked about on my blog, is that people start thinking already the game for the Quest. And so they're a bit degrading the quality of the game on PC. So they start being compatible with Quest. This is also a problem because the purists of PCVR are angry because of this. But this is a necessity for the development studios, otherwise they have to create like 2 games, and it's too much investment.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just it's too much investment for normal people to get a PC and a VR setup.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
they are not willing, consumers aren't willing to typically spend that much money. So that's why the Quest and the PSVR become such huge topics of conversation. You know, they're just so accessible. And most people already have the PS4, and then you just get the headset. Which, by the way, Tony, if you ever see it on like Craigslist or OfferUp or whatever it is the equivalent of that is in Italy, for, you know, like a couple $100 or something, scoop it. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's totally worth it.
Yeah, I mean, the exclusives are out of control.
Scoop it, play Astrobot, play Resident
Evil.
You know,
God,
try
so
Wipeout.
good. Wipeout.
Why it is not on PC
so
Resident Evil?
Dude, there's that game that's coming out.
Resident Evil VR. Why?
There's a game that's coming out that claims to be like Wipeout, and they have fucking plastered content creators' logos all over their ships. Gamertag has one. VR365 has one.
GTA
Steve
really
Knows has one.
Where's the Between Reality ship?
Well, we don't have enough subscribers. God damn it! It's because you people won't hit the subscribe button.
Please hit the subscribe button so we can get a ship too.
Yeah,
we have a ship.
We already have a ship.
We have a ship, but we need one that we can like race with you guys. Because,
right?
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, we'll just get those guys to vouch for us. They'll be like, hey, we're not going to, no, we'll have them strike if they don't give us one.
How many games, I wonder, has GT been in so far, right?
A couple.
He's been in Dash World, this game.
Those Dash World costumes are really good, especially Soul Fox's.
Oh,
because they look like he's got the ears and everything. Like, damn, I'm so jealous. That's so epic.
Soul Fox is pretty awesome.
So cool. Like, it's amazing that in today's world, like, if you are creating content and trying to, like, help make games successful, they will include you.
Yeah.
What?
I know. Like, Alex VR was in Pixel Rip 1995.
Insane. I have a trading card that you can pick up with my picture in fucking Pixel Ripped. Like, so cool.
Yeah.
You know,
that's amazing.
like, it is, like, we're living in the future, everybody. Like, let's just breathe it in and enjoy it for a minute, you know? Like, God damn, this is cool. Like, back in the day, like,
really
when
is.
A game was made, that's it. It's made. It's made by someone who you'll never meet and no one cares about you. And, you know, like, now it's an intimate community, and we have developers on our show.
Yeah, that's the best thing. You know, one of the best things about VR is the community, because it started as such a small niche, and all of the people that really get life got VR pretty quickly.
Like Tom Clancy.
That Tom Clancy. Yeah. What's up, dude? Thanks for coming over and joining us.
I cannot believe Tom Clancy does not have a bigger audience. He really deserves one.
I know.
Like, that show is really cool, man. Like, there's nothing quite like it.
Yep. Go check out that Tom Clancy show. It's like late night. It's like a late night talk show, like Jimmy Fallon or whatever. But it's in VR, and he's got like this. He's like a robot with a monitor head, and it's just awesome.
The props and shit are my favorite.
Yeah, very super funny. Super funny. Yeah, it's really, really good stuff. Definitely check it out.
So anyway,
he's in the game. He's in the Division. You are in Pixel Rift. I'm the only one here that is not part of any game.
I'm not in any games.
Why?
Dude, that's messed up. See, we need to get
you and me.
I know, man.
Jealous.
We're the Lone Rangers.
Yeah, you guys can start the We're Not in VR games.
Yeah. Please put us in a game. No. But yeah, no, that's good stuff, man. Alvo does look really good. And you know, I would not want to be in competition with Population 1 right now.
I know, bro.
That's going to be the scariest thing for developers like the dudes making Alvo. Can you imagine? Like, what do you have to do to pull people away from that game? It's going to be tough.
They needed to come out with this game 6 months ago. Yeah. Like, unfortunately, like, it's a little too late. Same with Solaris and like.
Well, Solaris has a lot of other problems. I can't get past the thing with Solaris where my left hand isn't tracked, and I definitely cannot get past the fact that there's no squads. That game should not have come out without squads. Right. Yeah. Shouldn't have happened.
That is it.
And that was the biggest thing that is going to cause the failure of that game. I mean, they should have held on to it. It's fun. It is fun, but I mean, you just can't play with your friends, and that to me is not fun.
You know what? And they launched Firewall without that capability too, or it was just broken as fuck. They launched that game. It was so broken. Nobody could get into squads. It was so hard to get into matches. But there was literally nothing else to play, which is why we just grounded it out. I stood in lobbies for stood in lobbies for hours.
Wow.
Like hours and hours and hours in between matches, bro. Like, you know, we'd get into a game, squad wipe them, 30 seconds. Now you have like a minimum 90-second break. Like minimum, you know? So like the time difference would just like, it could get crazy, you know?
Yeah.
And, but I guess the point is that Alvo might be a little too late, but the cross-platform compatibility, I think will save it. Yeah. If it works and people are able to do
and it's a huge title for PlayStation VR as well. And poor PlayStation VR. I mean, I'm assuming that you saw that the dude from Sony, what the heck's his name, came out and said, VR isn't yet where it needs to be, and kind of gave us all the impression that they are going to be waiting maybe another year or two for the PSVR 2, and I solely believe that's because the Quest 2 came out at $299, and they're like, what the do we do now?
Tony, what do you think about that?
Oh, wow. I was pretty disappointed, but I mean, I agree with what he says. We know that VR is not mainstream yet, so can't sell enough to satisfy AAA studio. I've talked to maybe last year I was at Ubisoft in Milan here in Italy, and the guy that invited us was like, do you do VR? It's so niche market for us, because actually we like it. We have titles, you know, now they've also partnered with Oculus, but anyway, for them that sells millions and millions of copies of games like Assassin's Creed VR is still little. So I understand the point of Sony. It's not wrong. What disappoints me is that why don't you release a PSVR 2 now? So what are you waiting for? For sure, the big problem is that they have no competition, so that they can do whatever they want. There's no other console, so they are competing with anyone. Regarding the Quest, for sure, is putting some pressure on everyone, so that can be another problem.
And that price point, right? Like, because how does Sony compete with $299 headset that you don't need a console for? Like, that's a big blow to the business of the PSVR.
So, for sure, there are also some business reasonings that we don't understand. You know, there's financial people making lots of graphs and PowerPoints, and understanding that probably now the market is not good enough, because if you launch in 6 months, you get more money. I'm working with this kind of people for some projects, and they're very good in the work. And sometimes we don't understand completely, but money is what is most important for every company. And I guess that probably for various reasons, Sony has understood. Now is not the time yet. I'm very disappointed because, I don't know, something tells me that the PSVR 2 will be very, very cool. So I wanted to see what were they coming out with. We have all seen the videos with the full hands tracking. We know that the PS5 is very powerful. We've seen the videos of Unreal Engine 5 with PS5. So it's all, I can't wait. And I have to wait.
I don't believe it's not going to happen.
No, it's going to happen. It's just going to take a little bit, right? I mean, it's, you know, it's just going to, I don't know. The price point is really what happened. You know, I mean, I feel like PlayStation was probably going to release a headset that had all the bells and whistles, the finger tracking, the face tracking, the eye tracking, the body tracking, really high resolution headset, wireless 60 gigahertz, and then $299 happened.
Right.
And they're like, holy shit, they probably couldn't get this out the door without losing money for less than like $500-600, right? And so how do you have to take a major hit?
I almost feel like they're different markets in a way, though, you know, because like PlayStation owners are just like loyal. You know, like a lot of PlayStation owners are really loyal, and like they're like, listen, I buy PS5s, I buy PS4s, I buy them all. I buy every single fucking PS whatever. And then the headset's gonna come out, and they're gonna be like, okay, well I have a PS5.
That's fine, and
I get this.
They have their headset that they have to tether, but then their friend comes over, and they're like, yo, dude, let's play some Pop 1. I'll go in this room, you go in that room. Oh wait, you can't do that,
right?
You know what I mean, like. Right. So it's hard, especially for the price point. The price point, I think, you know, people do have to understand that Sony has to answer to shareholders.
Right.
You know what I mean? There has to be a certain profit that happens, or the shareholders start throwing a fit, right? So it kind of is
Well,
what it is.
actually, the consoles has started the business model that Facebook is now using. So the tables have turned because they have sold under cost to kill the competition, then subsidize the hardware, the software, exactly what Facebook is doing. So more or less, there is the same weapon used against them, but it's ironic.
I think the biggest thing that hurt PlayStation was not having thumbsticks on the controller.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, I mean, you know, because they're like, yeah, we're going in halfway. You know what I mean? They sold more headsets than anybody, but everyone's like, the controllers are a big deal. If you don't have good controllers for a game, what the fuck's the point?
It was PS3 technology.
It was. I use my Move controllers from my PlayStation 3. I had the iToy. And there was some games, augmented reality games, which were way before their time, and that really blew my mind, like iPet and some other party games, But I mean, it was before its time, and then they decided to use those controllers for the PlayStation, and it just didn't work out very well.
Onikaze, how's it going? Good to see you in chat, man.
Some rendered reality here as well.
What's up, Sean?
That's cool. What's up?
How's the beard today, man? Nice and groomed.
Pretty epic.
You got some like beard oil in there, and you're taking care of it.
That is an epic friggin' beard.
It looks great. I love the red beard.
Going up for competition with Eric for president for epic beard.
I think he's gonna take him over.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of potential there. I don't think we've seen his full power. Delirium Drew, what's up, dude? Delirium Drew is one of the best Beat Saber players I know. He shreds me, man.
Wow. I can't even imagine.
He shreds me. Like, I cannot hang. I think I've taken like a couple, like we've played a lot of songs together now, and I've maybe won a couple of them.
I can't even imagine that because he's primarily PlayStation VR on that, isn't he?
He swears by it. That's the crazy thing. He uses the moves and swears by them. He says that they track great and that there's no problems. He's full of shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know those wands. I mean, they really feel like you're holding lightsabers.
Yeah, no, they're the best to swing around. Yeah, in my opinion.
But like, how does he get expert plus millisecond tracking down with a light with optical tracking? I don't know, man. Good for you, Drew.
Sean says the beard's getting ridiculous. Dude, I cannot wait to see. Like, make sure you capture it in its fullest glory before doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, don't go in there with nothing until you've got like photo, like historic, like it's history. I can't wait to see how far you take it.
Yeah. So rendered reality being here kind of brings me to this next topic because Sean has done some videos on the Elite Strap. And how he hasn't been able to break his yet. But at the same time, let me pull up my thing here. At the same time, I have an Elite battery strap, and I take very good care of my headset. It's always in the case. Like, I'm really, really careful with it. But my Elite battery strap has cracked in 3 places. If you can see that, I have a really little screen here, but if you can see that, it's 3 different cracks, and it's gonna snap off my face. Like, eventually, I guess it's just gonna break and fall off onto the floor, I guess.
Damn, dude.
You know what I mean? But like the elastic strap, to me, I'm just gonna wait until this thing breaks because I really don't want to use that elastic strap.
Dude, you gotta like throw some like electrical tape or something on there. Like,
yeah, maybe some duct tape or something. But the thing is, I have to be able to close it enough to get it in the case.
Right.
Where is my case? I don't know. It's around here somewhere. But like, you have to be able to fit it in the case, right? So you have to be able to turn it and scrunch it in enough to fit in the case that it comes with. So the cracks are in that part, right? And that's the only time I really make it wider or smaller. And I have a big head. You know what I mean? Like, I have a big head, so I really have to unscrew that thing all the way to get that thing on me.
Kaze says his cracked when he took it off to check the serial number. Still functional, though, and the support is on his case.
Yeah, I haven't put in a ticket yet, and I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
I also have to put in a ticket for my second Quest 1 because it only charges to 94% and then it just blinks. So there's a lot of issues going on.
Grumpy Duck is here. How's it going, Grumpy Duck?
Grumpy
Good to see
Duck,
you, man.
what's up? It's got another funny channel if you go over there. He plays a lot of games and makes me laugh quite a bit.
Dude, something I need to mention before I forget. So you know how we've had issues with the IPD sliders on our Quest 1s?
Yeah.
Where like they just like you barely fucking touch it and it's like moving like crazy and it's
the
like,
number is always in the middle of your vision. Yeah.
Well, I gotta tell you something, dude. You know how we have those lens protectors on there?
Yeah.
I popped mine off of the Quest 1 to put them on my Quest 2 to let somebody who wears glasses try it. And then I went back onto my Quest 1 without the lens protectors on there. Way better. Like,
really?
Fixed.
What?
Yep.
Well, what is pieces of plastic on there?
I don't know. Like
anything?
maybe it's the pressure of them like being attached to the lens or something. Like makes it move or some shit. But when I took those off of my lenses, that are like eyeglass protectors that are 3D printed to protect glasses from touching the lenses. I popped them off, and now my Quest 1 does not display the IPD slider when I'm
Wow, you heard it here first, folks. If you have an issue with your IPD number being right in the middle of your vision all the time on your Quest 1 and you have lens protectors on there,
pop those fuckers off and it might fix it.
Scratch your lenses instead.
I know, and I was like, cursing the Quest. You know, I'm like, God, this thing sucks. You know, like it's always these eyeglasses. But
well, tell me this, right? The Quest 1 came out. When the Quest 1 came out, it did not display an IPD number when you moved the thing left and right. There was no number there, and everyone's like, I don't know what it. Give me numbers. So if they can turn it on and turn it off, why can't you just go into options and turn it off if you have that issue?
That would be good. Just like the Guardian.
It's so stupid. Yeah. It's really, really dumb. But, you know, Facebook does a lot of dumb shit. You know, it's too bad that we have a company really pushing for VR, you know, that's tripping over themselves, making a lot of big mistakes at the same time that they're pushing this technology forward pretty hard. And it's really given me, you know, it's really put a wedge in my plan here. I mean, it's tough. I want to promote everything VR. You know what I mean?
What's your daily driver, Tony?
My daily VR headset. Well, lately I'm mostly using the Quest because, you know, between smart working at home or moving sometimes in the office, I can put it in a bag and it's easy. Before that, actually, I was mixing a bit the Quest and the Vive Focus Plus that I was also using for developing something. I think it was a good device, but it has not updated at the same rate of the Quest because from the hardware side, the Quest 1 and the Focus Plus were more or less the same, maybe a bit more the Quest, but then the runtime of the Quest upgraded so fast. And the store became so big, we also with side quests, etc. While the other one remained a bit what was at start, so that's a pity. So the Quest also I can use it for tighter programming and whatever. So now it's super comfortable. But actually, it's interesting that having tried also the Pico, the Pico Neo 2 is also a good device, also with wireless streaming embedded. Just to mention something, they make some errors about Facebook. So with Pico, you have inside the runtime, you can have wireless streaming with SteamVR. So we're all wondering what Oculus or Facebook, is waiting for. So give that to us. I mean,
yeah. So you use the Pico Neo 2 with wireless streaming to your PC a good amount. So I've heard great things about that, and I'm trying to get Pico to send me over a headset, you know, because I'd really like to promote something other than the Quest. Because
you told him you filmed my video, right?
Yeah.
You're like, I've already been promoting you guys.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mention that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You filmed that.
Yeah. Okay.
Pass it along. Be like, by the way, here's this.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, you know, this is the time. This is the time with all the Facebook shenanigans for a company like that to come in and be like, hey guys, for all of you people freaking out about the privacy shit, here's a headset. But they haven't really been doing that. They haven't been marketing it. I don't know if it's just not ready for prime time. I'm not exactly sure, but like this is the time right now.
Games.
People, but they got to be working on those relationships. They have to because people want out of Facebook. And if there is any competition, they will take a downgrade to get away from the Facebook shenanigans.
Not for more money. They won't.
I will.
You will, but they won't.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. This is the time. You know. Yeah.
It's hard because they're selling really undercost. So you have this perfect combination. The device is good. It is super cheap and also has great content. And there is no company at the moment that can compete with that. Neo 2 from Pico is a very good device. But the content?
Yeah.
Have you seen the Pico store? It's sad. There is almost nothing. And it costs $700 or $900.
Yeah, that's tough. That's the hard part, right? They don't have that relationship with those distributors. They're not able to buy those parts in bulk like like Oculus can, like Facebook can, I should say. I feel like I shouldn't even say Oculus anymore.
Right.
Oculus isn't even a thing anymore. It's
Yeah, I still talk about Oculus. I want that startup back, but actually Oculus is just the name of a product now.
Yeah.
Not even a team. That's Facebook Reality Labs or whatever.
That is
I miss the old Oculus.
Yeah.
Well, to put an optimistic spin on this, we're still in the Stone Age. Like we're talking about like some Gen 1.5 stuff still. So like luckily it's all very exciting and it's all very new for us, but like as we continue to live our lives, these things will hammer themselves out. Competition will show up, and one day in the future we'll be looking back on this episode being like, wow, look at us, we were chasing our tails and we were so we didn't know what headset we needed until like somebody's gonna fucking come along and do something awesome, right? Like maybe Elon Musk will make a fucking headset or some shit, like or Neuralink will take over VR
and he's been claiming that the first Mars mission will be viewable in virtual reality. So
wow, that would be fun.
Right.
Go to Mars.
Speaking of, that would
actual
be sweet.
Mars.
Yeah, or at least the launch and stuff. Who knows? That would be really, really cool. But there is actually a Steam VR home environment where the rover took all the photos of Mars, and then you are able to stand there and move around on Mars. And
that's cool.
Yeah, it's super, super cool. But speaking of competition, now this isn't mobile, so it's not true competition, but we do have Deca Gear. Right, this company came out. We haven't really talked about this on the show. So this company came out, Deca, and no one knew a whole lot about them. They were making an MMO VR game, and then they decided to make a headset to complement that game. No one really knows a ton about them, but this headset claims to have 2160 by 2160 resolution per eye. It claims to have face tracking, eye tracking, although the eye tracking cannot be used for foveated rendering, which is such a huge bummer.
Just to track your data.
It's just for avatar tracking.
Right. Okay. I like
that. It's just to make your eyes move on your avatar, but like the foveated rendering thing is a huge
You
deal.
might as well at that point.
Right. Exactly. But this also has hip tracking. Right.
Cool.
So yeah, it's a new company, new headset. It could come out and just blow up on your face. Who knows? We haven't heard anything about.
We got to know what Tony thinks about this.
Yeah, and I did pre-order this for $10. You can throw down $10 and you can reserve yours. And I did do that just so I can really share my experiences here with you guys, because I have an Index, so I don't really need this. You know what I mean? I have an Index. I have a Quest 2. But I really want to see what these guys are capable of, and I really want to talk about it with you guys on the show.
Well, that'll be fun. That means I get to try it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Have you heard anything about this, Tony? Do you have any opinions on this?
Yes, actually, my position is a bit harsh towards them. I don't believe in what they're saying. I mean, I think that in best scenarios, there are some good people that have this dream of making cheap and cool VR, but I think that between having an idea and getting a product, even if they have a prototype, between making a prototype and a product, it's so difficult. There is a so big road that they seem to have no idea what this actually mean. I heard something of the interview that Sebastian from Mark TV said with them. So compliment to Sebastian. He always makes good stuff on YouTube.
MRTV.
Yeah, great guy. And many people commented the video say, I'm convinced now that it's not a scam because they seem like nice guys. And I commented, yes, but I don't believe the project anyway because they seem to just say things like, okay, we have this idea, this dream, we have this prototype. They say strange things like R&D is cheap. But I don't know what it actually means since Facebook invests billions every year in R&D for VR. So it seems like a bit in the new Pimax, maybe they will deliver, but in a very, very confused way. So actually, I'm quite skeptical until they provide content creators. They promised, Sebastian, that we content creators will receive one of them in January. I said, okay, let's see. If I receive one of the device and it's cool, so why not? I will be very happy to change my mind. But for now, my advice to people is to wait before putting money on it.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that because nobody's heard of these people before. You know what I mean? So I can't say I disagree with that statement. And I'm going to take a big money hit here for the team and really try to give my impressions on this as soon as I can.
Nice.
I do like that they said that they will not release this product until the content creators say it's good enough to release. I've never heard any company say that before, right? So I really think it's
quite strange.
It's very strange.
That almost.
I mean, it makes sense though.
Yeah, it does, but it's almost like they're trying to deflect responsibility if it's not good. Like, hey, listen, these guys said it was good, and they're the experts. Like you send them a few headsets, you make them feel good. You're like, hey, what's up, guys? You like our headset, right? And then they endorse it, and then that's what you're going off of is the endorsement of people.
But this it's not like Oculus, right, where they have their own store in their own ecosystem. It's just a Steam VR headset. If they can get the tracking working and the visuals working and they get all the capacitor sensors working properly, then I feel like they might have a good product because they don't need the infrastructure of the store. You know what I mean? They don't have to bring devs in and really try to get good content because the content's just going to be there from Steam VR. So I don't know. I mean, this could go either way. It could go either way. I don't know.
Yeah, but let me just stop it for a moment. In the sense that they promise face tracking, eye tracking, whatever, lip, belt tracking, wireless, whatever, and there's 20 people. So how they're going to deliver this? It's very, very weird. And even if they deliver, you say, why all these sensors? Why for a headset for consumers when there is no game implementing face tracking or whatever? So it's a bit strange if it is an enterprise headset like the HP Reverb G2 Omnicept is a device full of sensors, but it's for enterprise. I buy it, I develop something for it, it's perfect. But for consumer, why should I have it something that is not supported anyway? That's why I say that it's like a bit naive approach by them. I want to see what they're going to deliver. And anyway, since they're waiting for content creators, everyone should know that if people don't receive this headset, it's all the fault of Skiva that said that it was not good enough.
That's right. That's exactly right. Although if that's, you should, you gotta get you on it. You're gonna buy it. I hope it's good.
Well, it is, and I don't know, man. I love headsets. I love VR, and I love talking about VR, and it's hard to talk about this stuff unless you get to try it, right? So I'll pony up some bucks to try it unless they want to send me one. I'll take that too. But it's interesting, right? Being able to come out with a wireless adapter for $50. What?
Right.
Meanwhile, the Infinite Money Valve has been trying to come up with a wireless adapter for their headset for how long now, right? And they even have a frunk for it, like a little USB port in the front. But at the same time, Valve with the Index has to transfer 144 frames a second over their wireless, where these guys have to transfer 90 frames but higher resolution. So I don't know how they're going to pull it off. I have no idea. It could be a complete flop, and maybe they won't, because here's the thing. From what I hear, they don't even have they don't have a wireless 6 card for this thing yet. They're going off of kind of speculation, right? They're like, we're gonna get this stuff. and we're gonna make it work, but we have not yet.
And no proven track record.
No proven track record, so it really is a
tough.
freaking gamble. I wouldn't buy this if I was anyone watching the show, you know. But you know, yeah. Anyway, that's Deca Gear for you. You know, we had to mention it. We had to talk about it because it's a new up and coming possible, you know, company, and the headset looks neat. You know, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, on the other side of the fence, let me see if I can find this other thing here.
This is what I want to talk about right now.
Is it this?
Yeah. So Skiva showed me this picture that fucking shocked me.
Yes. So I pre-ordered my VR cover for my Quest 2. Right, and it hasn't shipped. It's been like, I don't even know, what's it been, a month or something? I don't even know. But you know, Oculus always takes forever to ship anything, just like they did with my Elite battery strap that's now broken. But now they, you know, some people did get the VR cover for their Quest 2, and the ink is coming off on their face. And it's not, then once it comes off on their face, they're not able to scrub it off their face. Dude. So they got these big black lines that go around their eyes. And,
it looks like he took a baseball to the eye.
Yeah.
Like it's like it looks like somebody got hit across the face with a 2x4. Yep. You know, like it's like black and blue, bro.
Yeah.
Like you can't go to work like that.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like you got in a fist fight.
Yeah.
It really does. Or you're turning into Rocket, you know, the raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy.
God, I wish I had an eject button on this shit.
Dude, I'm a dad. I make dad jokes.
What do you want your ass out of here. So anyway.
This is bad. But because of this, they stopped production and they haven't mailed anyone else this VR cover. And VR Cover is a good company. I don't want to poop on them. They're a good company. They've made incredible products this entire time. I have one for every single headset I own. This was an accident, right? And they're correcting it. They're fixing it. I do want to say that at the same time.
Do you like VR Cover, Tony?
Yes, I remember my first VR cover was from the Deca, the Oculus Deca, and it was already good. So I now have reviewed it for the Quest. It's always been a quite reliable company. Products are usually of good quality. I like them actually. So
me too.
Now I'm curious. Probably I will try to buy one also for the Quest 2 and waiting a bit, but I think I'll buy it. It's especially waterproof ones so I can clear them.
The back piece for my Quest 1 is like the most under-talked about and underrated comfort mod out there.
Seriously.
Like, I can't believe that people didn't like talk about that much. Like, the thing that attaches to the back of the head, so good.
On the Quest 1.
Yeah.
Right? There's just like there's the fluffy cover on the front that goes up against your face. They made one for the back as well. And so when you really strap that thing on, it's like strapping kind of a pillow around your head, and it really seems to alleviate a lot of the weight that comes on the front of the headset.
Sean says that some of that dye came off on his face.
Bummer, dude.
But he cleaned it off. He said it came right off.
Oh, good.
And what's up, Mr. Trinidad? Good to see you in chat, man.
Yeah, how's it going, man?
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, that's too bad. No one wants to see that kind of thing happen, especially, you know, to a good company like VR Cover. You know, but at the same time, I will sit back and patiently wait, and as soon as I get that, I'm all over it, man. I really want that replacement because the one that comes on the Quest 2.
Well, I'm not willing to sweat in it without it.
Right.
So
that's smart.
But here's the thing, dude. I can't believe this. I use my Quest 1 and my Quest 2 all the time. I use both of them. Like, regularly. Like, I play Beat Saber in my Quest 1, and I have the battery pack attached to the back of it as a counterweight, and it's really nice, dude. Thanks for making that.
Yeah, the Rebuff Reality one.
I love that thing.
Yeah, fantastic.
I use my Quest 1 to, like, work out in, and then I play Pop 1 and Real VR Fishing in my Quest 2.
There you go.
And that's it. Like, I don't want to sweat in my Quest 2, make it all disgusting. Like, I'll be honest, you can probably smell my Quest 1 by now. You know what I mean? Like, it's my own scent, so I don't know how much. But I assume that, like, if I gave it to someone else, they might be like, okay, well, I guess it's too late. Oh, fuck. You know, and they put it on begrudgingly. But, like, I sweat in that thing all the time. Like, almost every day, you know, I get in there and shred on Beat Saber. So anyway, I'm happy to have both my Quests. I use them both all the time. Yep.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, yeah, because I had 2 Quest 1s, and I now have 2 Quest 1s and a Quest 2, which means me and my wife and my daughter can all go in and play mini golf and shit like
so
that,
great.
which is so.
Have you done it, all
awesome.
3 of you?
I haven't yet because when this all happened is when I injured myself. I haven't been able. It's been really hard for me to do stuff.
And they gotta fix that profile thing too, right? So, like, you need to be able to, like, sign off of one of them and sign.
Well, yeah, but certain games like the mini golf game. What's that one called? Not Top Golf's. Walkabout mini golf, yeah. So there's room codes, and they allow you to generate a username on the fly, enter a room code, and you don't need to actually use the Oculus account with it, which is great, right? So if you have multiple quests under the same account, that is one game that you can play, which is awesome. And there are lists out there, guys, and maybe next show or something, I'll grab one, but of games that you can play using the same account without hopefully getting banned from Facebook. But BMF no one really knows.
BMF made a video. It's really good.
Nice.
Go to BMF's channel and check that out.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. But yeah, I love both quests.
Yeah, me too.
You know, it's too bad I don't like the company that makes them.
So Tony, I kind of want to bounce the ball into your court for a minute, you know, and give you the chance to kind of kick off something and maybe bring up a topic of discussion that you think is, you know, needs more attention, or that you just love, or that you've been thinking about. You got anything that comes to mind?
Yeah, I was thinking talking about something that I'm working on I've worked on the last year is VR events. So we started actually before the pandemic. So with VR Room, and we have new technology workers who try to get some kind of virtual festivals, because VR Room is very well inserted in the festival circuit. The beginning was just experimenting with VR chat, with Sansa, etc. And then the pandemic started, and actually everyone wanted to create a virtual event, because there was a real need for festivals, you know, for Cannes VR, for Venice, South to Southwest. Every festival wanted to do something in virtual reality, because there was no possibility to do something in the real place. And so we started doing lots of cool events. I mentioned too that I personally loved a lot the concert of Jean-Michel Jarre that we had in June. Crazy adventure. In 3 weeks, we had to create the concert from scratch to the live event.
Which one was that?
Venice, 3 weeks in June, it was Jean-Michel Jarre. He's a legend of electronic music. Actually, I didn't know about him, so I haven't told him that I had no idea who he was. You know, the Thanos meme, I have no idea who you are. And I don't even know who you are. And I was like to say something like that to him, but I avoided that. But actually, I looked at his Wikipedia page and was like super long. I was like, oh my God, he's really a legend in electronic music. He has innovated a lot in the 70s and 80s. And we did this concert for the Fest of Music in France. And he wanted the concert to be live, because it was called Alone Together, because all together in lockdown at home alone, being together in VR at his concert. And it was a great adventure. It was so crazy, because in 3 weeks we have no idea of the concert. So we are live on VR chat. And then instead, 2 months ago, I guess now, I'm losing the sense of time, we had the Venice VR Expanded. So the Festival of Venice, that is one of the best festivals for cinema.
I remember. Yeah.
And we were there in VR chat developing the worlds for the Venice VR Expanded. And it's so good. I love doing this because it's a mix of virtual reality, technology. I'm an engineer and artistic stuff, so creativity. So having also the possibility of enjoying these experiences, meeting new people on VR chat is amazing. So it's something that I'm loving, and it's also helping people now during the lockdown. So I think it's something that is cool to talk about. Have you been to some VR events lately?
I mean, I always talk about Failed to Render on this show. My buddy Kyle Render does a comedy club in Alt Space, that he has like turned into an actual business. Failed to Render Incorporated. They like make money. They like pay tax. Like they pay their taxes. Like it's freaking legit. And it all takes place right now, anyway, in Altspace. And they have a custom environment in there with a stage, the microphone, like the whole nine. There's a bar area. Like it feels like you're in a freaking club.
Yeah. And you can like Venmo over donations and like to the comedians.
And people do.
Yeah.
And these are like legit stand-up comedians, not just like randoms who they just invite in. And it's not an open mic. Like they book real comedians who come in who aren't working as a result of the pandemic, and these people are able to at home throw their headset on and collect a few donations during a set in Altspace, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, go check it out, guys. You gotta be able to laugh. Laughter is the best medicine for anything, and especially to get through something like a quarantine or a pandemic. There's nothing like going and sitting in a comedy club while you're actually in your living room. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I cheated the pandemic and the quarantine because I never got lonely. I saw my friends every day in VR. There was, I stood face to face with them in virtual reality, and I saw my peeps every day. And I never felt like I was in a quarantine. And that's one of the big magical things of VR, right? And being able to go to events and concerts and comedy shows.
Obscure nerd in the chat. It performs in Failed to Render. That's how I know him.
Oh, cool.
So you can go to his channel and check out his shit, and then go to a Failed to Render show, which happened on Thursday and Saturday nights in Altspace. They're free to attend, and they close the doors after they start. That's the thing. It's like an exclusive thing. Like you get in, they'll like close it out, so that way people aren't just like rolling in and out and like. It's like you got to be there. Like you have to attend, And if you've ever been to a comedy club, like VR does such a good job of translating the experience. Like there's not a lot that's lost because you're not really encouraged to do a whole lot of interacting other than laughing at a joke that you think is funny. But otherwise, you're supposed to just kind of sit there and shut up. And not move
just like a real comedy club.
Just like a real comedy club. So, when you're sitting at your table watching a comedian, the experience in Altspace really isn't that much different. Their animations are being captured with the controller and the movement of the headset. There's like, they can do like things that like help really deliver the experience.
And I feel like there's a lot of things that probably benefit it over a real comedy club. For example, you won't get some drunken asshole heckler that's able to ruin a show for everybody because someone can just mute them, kick them out with the click of a button. So, and there isn't like $15 cocktails. Right? You go to your fridge, you grab whatever the hell you want.
No minimum either.
Right.
They make you buy drinks.
No two-drink, $15 drink minimum.
For Venice VR, actually, we created hallucinating cocktails. So you can grab some cocktails at the party, drink them virtually, and see some kind of these things happening around you. So
like absinthe?
Also free,
That's so fun.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Awesome.
I want to take some virtual drugs.
No, I just dropped something in my spaceship here. I don't need it, just a phone. Yeah, some VR drugs.
I personally...
the VR drugs were at the concert of Jean-Michel Jarre, actually.
It was like big pills. Awesome. That's what you need to do. If you're doing concerts in VR, you have to make like a virtual joint to pass around.
Right. Yeah, and it would be good if there was like, I'm having ideas.
Oh,
hit me up, people. If you need more ideas, I'm sure you got them. But I'm having ideas. That sounds like fun.
So I personally love concerts in VR too. Like the Wave is one of my favorite things. I think the Wave is one of the most underrated things in VR, period. And I think a lot of people overlook it because it's free. And not everything free sucks. Like the Wave is incredible. And I'm sure your event came out very well as well, right?
Yeah, actually it depends on who is experiencing it. So there was some excited people and some not that excited people. So it's a long story. I wrote a long postmortem on my blog to also teach people what can go wrong on an event. Actually, we had like I called it a VIP room where the real singer, because for a limitation of VR chat or whatever software, you can't have thousands of people in the same room. So actually you can only see really 40, 50 people. So we made the real singer sing in his room with 50 people, and we are all the staff. And the people being there really had lots of fun. So there was Gamer Tag, there was Mike, Virtuality Racist, there was Robert Scoble, all these people, and everyone is like having party together with these impossible things happening in real life, like 3D animations all around you, virtual drags, so cool music, everyone dancing together. It was a fantastic moment. It was a blast. But the other people, there was the public rooms, because we tried to offer an experience also to people that more than 50 people. So we can some public rooms where there should be like a streaming of the artist, and together the animations happening automatically. But there were some bugs, and so lots of people just entered the room and they could see nothing, just the environment, and no animation, no singer, no music. And these people were so angry with us. So the day after, I read lots of positive comments and lots of angry people insulting us. I didn't know if being happy or sad. I'm very critical towards myself, so actually I was more disappointed than happy. But anyway, for something made in 3 weeks, really, I couldn't do it better than that.
Well, you know, we feel your pain, right? Because a week ago or 2 weeks ago now, there was the VR YouTuber Awards. And we actually won an award. I can't believe it. Thank you to Mateo311 and everyone that was involved in that. But we were called out during that as being, instead of between realities, between technical difficulties.
That's right.
Because we have a lot of technical difficulties on this spaceship. So I feel your pain a bit, obviously not to the point where, you know, where you have. But I mean, dude, this is a new technology. This is a new thing. It's just kind of the way it is. It's one of the social limitations of doing things in VR in a group setting, right? Is that you have to spawn multiple rooms. And I'll be in a room at an event, and a couple of my friends will be in there. But a lot of times you can't see each other because you're all in different virtual rooms attending the same event. Right, because of the limitations of the software only being able to get in, you know, 30, 40, 50 people per room, and then it has to spawn a new room off. Right, so there's definitely some limitations that will be, I'm sure, worked out in the future. But this is a great path to go down. This is what we need, especially in a time of a pandemic where viruses are sweeping the planet. You know what I mean? We need to be able to get together safely. We have to be able to get together. We can't all be separated all the time in our houses without any way to correspond with each other. I mean, you know, the human race is built off of communication and energy and feeling. So,
and that's why I'm a fucking multiplayer gamer, bro.
Yeah,
that's all I do. All I play is multiplayer games. I only play Beat Saber when John Carmack is playing.
Apparently, these guys are homies now.
I have played with John Carmack 4 times.
That is amazing.
Saber. Like 4 times, dude. I can't fucking believe it. And if I'm honest, the last lobby that I was in, there was a lot of other people in there, and he was picking expert songs, and I was kind of falling asleep. And after a few songs, I was like, all right, I'm out of here. See you later. I left John Carmack's lobby willingly. I was like, oh, I'll just see him next time.
Man, isn't it real? That really bums me out that there's no voice chat in Beat Saber.
Yeah, I mean, I could send him a party invite, but I'm not trying to. I don't want to do that.
Dude, it's John Carmack.
I know, but he doesn't have anything to say to me.
But I would have a lot to say to that guy.
Well, yeah, so does everyone. So does everyone.
He's a legend.
One of the songs he picked, actually, I think it was one of the ones that we had 1v1s, because I actually did 1v1s with Carmack at least 3 times. And I'm like across from him, and I can see him doing his thing. And one of the songs he picked was called Famous. And it was like the first one that I think we did a 1v1 of. And the lyrics are all like, I don't want to be famous anymore and blah, blah, blah. And I was like feeling like he was like sending the message over, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't want to like be a fanboy.
Go over to Alex VR's channel, and there is a video of him playing with Carmack.
From the first time. Yeah, I haven't captured anymore because I just kind of want to live in the moment a little bit with it, you know? Yeah, it's been awesome, and I am sure I'll play with him again. He always posts room codes on Twitter, and I'm like ready. Like I have a tweet notification set at this point, so when John Carmack tweets, I see, and if there's a room code there, I just run over to my quest and jump in.
Nice.
Yeah,
and that's awesome, being able to jump into your quest, because by the time you get to your PC, fired everything up, everyone's in, the room's empty.
Totally.
Or the room's full, I mean, sorry. But yeah, you can just hop in with your quest.
And our skills, by the way, are quite comparable. There were multiple matches where we were like 50 points. Like there was one match where we were like 50 points apart, like the difference of one swing of our score. You know, like we were like neck and neck.
That's gonna
battling
make you feel good, man. This guy literally used Beat Saber to make the latency of the tracking of the quest as best as it could be. And then you're over there trading blows with the dude. Yeah, that's amazing.
It's pretty cool. Amazing. He invented modern computer gaming and online computer gaming. So it is pretty surreal and it's awesome. Yeah. Carmack's the fucking man. He is the man for letting people do that. Like he's the best man. He's one of my heroes. I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you that. It's too bad. I feel like he's gonna get a bit of a bad rap because of Facebook's policies. But
What's up, Mitochondria? It's good to see you.
Oh, what's up? How you doing?
Rolling through. We haven't played Tower Tag to like what you talked about earlier, man.
Dude, those guys better be working on a Quest version because if that game comes out on Quest, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Yeah. And you know that game. There's no way if they can get Population 1 to run like that on a Quest, Tower Tag can definitely do it, man. And Tower Tag will be one of those games that the lobbies are full and people will love it. It's a great, great game. So only passed up really by Population 1 multiplayer, in my opinion. So,
do you have time for games these days, Tony? Are you playing anything?
These days, really no. I'm mostly playing something that I'm developing myself. It's super crazy period for me. I managed to try something more like the last thing that actually new thing that I tried has been.
We got him back.
Oh, we got him back. All right. Yay.
Okay. Storytelling experience called The Line that is very cool, actually. It's very cute. I didn't expect that. And then sometimes I play with In Death when the roguelite bow and arrow game by Super Bright and Soulfar on the Quest is really great, but just played it to review the Quest 2. When you have to review stuff, you have an excuse to play games for your work. So that's amazing. And now we have some keys that some people have sent me. I have to find some times to try that as well. I invite people that manage to play a lot. It depends on, when you have another work, you have to see if you have the time to play or not. But I love VR gaming, so really.
So is there anywhere that someone can find some of your work? Like, is there a game of yours that I can play? Like, I'm like a fan of the website, but I don't think I've ever played or been in anything you've developed before.
Well, for something that actually we have a game on the market is Hit Motion Reloaded, made by us, New Technology Workers, with the help of HTC. It has been one of the launch titles for the Vive Focus Plus, actually. But the market there, it's not so big. I contacted many YouTubers, like, can you review my game? And they were like, yes, but I don't have the Vive Focus Plus. I was like, why? HTC, please give more devices to review us next time for the next headset. So we're thinking about porting it. Actually, we have the idea to porting it to other platforms, so stay tuned about it. But too much work for me and for Max, the game designer, lately, so never find the time to finalize it. It's a boxing game, so it's a boxing training game. Fitness and VR are a perfect match. And we also made it actually in AR on the Focus Plus, exploiting the camera. So that thing that Oculus is distributing now at the end of the year, probably, or beginning of 2021, the Pasto stuff, we actually did it like last year for the Vive Focus Plus, already releasing a game. And thanks to it, you can punch the stuff in the headset without risking to punch people around you. So that was our idea to do this thing. It's not a AAA game. It's quite a simple game, but I think it's fun. So we made people also. It's a fun story. We launched it in China, in Shenzhen. It was a super cool experience launching it in the other part of the world. Cool. Yeah, it was a crazy experience, and also we made it last year. The last time I was in China was exactly 1 year ago, in the World Conference of VR, or whatever is the name. And we made some people try it, and it's funny because it seems that Chinese people want to be too kind. So when you say punch that thing, they do like. And you're like, no, it's
man,
like
you gotta get behind that shit.
And they're like, okay. No, no way.
Oh man, that's like where Shaolin Kung Fu is from, man. We gotta get back on our Kung Fu training over there in China.
Yeah,
we need people to start throwing those
China.
punches. Yep, like and instill that rigid martial arts discipline back.
Exactly,
I think
man.
so. Listen, I can't believe how fast these go.
I know, dude. It makes me sad. No, we will not end the show.
We're getting
no.
It's gonna happen.
Let's keep talking.
It's gotta happen.
Come on, man.
I know. But before we go, Tony, it has been amazing having you on the show, dude. You're a VR consultant, which is something that I wanted to get into that I guess we didn't have the time to get into. You're a pro in the industry. You've got an amazing website, which is better than Upload VR. And we have links down below, so everybody check that shit out. And if you're not already a follower of Tony, you should probably get on that right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
hop
Tony,
over to Twitter,
thank
hop
you,
over to
guys.
his website.
yeah, before we get rid of you, do you have any final thoughts, in closing from Tony Skarredghost?
Oh, that's Skarredghost. First of all, thank you guys for inviting me. It's been amazing being here and talking with you. Thanks for everyone watching this video. Of course, I will invite people to subscribe to your channels on my blog, because here everyone who is watching has already subscribed probably. My latest thought is, it's in my experience, I started 6 years ago with VR. In the beginning, no one was even aware of what VR is. So I've seen VR growing a lot lately. Actually, my consultancy's work and getting much more requests for AR and VR than 2 years ago, probably. So the VR winter is probably over, but it will take some time. So let's enjoy the technology for what it is, and let's try to help each other. You said something very cool. VR is a wonderful community, and I agree. I know lots of amazing people like you in this year, and we have always helped each other. We should continue this way. So it's cool that someone prefers the Oculus, someone else prefers Valve or HTC, but in the end, let's try to be very supportive for the whole ecosystem. I'm sure that we'll succeed in some years. So be patient and be helpful, everyone.
Skarredghost, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, dude.
Thanks,
it was
guys.
super awesome meeting you, man.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
And thank you, everyone in the chat, for joining us. Mitochondria, Delirium Drew, Sean from Rendered Reality, Tones My Bones jumping in before the end of the broadcast here. We're lucky to have you as a fan. Thanks for being here. I don't want to get into it, but are we still going to give away a quest on this thing?
We are. But we want to make it very clear what we're trying to accomplish here.
And we're going to dive into that next week.
Yes.
But next week, for real, we're going to talk about how we, or someone you know, or you, or whoever, can get one of these Oculus Quest 2s with all the bells and whistles without paying for it.
Yep.
So
256 gigabyte model.
This is going down. So next week, we promise we're going to tell you how we're going to make that happen. And we also have a couple other things that we should probably talk about too as we approach the end of season 2, which is ending, by the way, this month.
Yes.
December, we are off the air for the remainder of the year.
Yeah.
Yep, and we'll be back in January.
Yeah, but we're already scheduling amazing guests already for season 3. Like this show has had no problem finding amazing people to come on and talk about the industry and VR in general. And that goes already into season 3. We have amazing stuff coming up for you guys.
Paradise Decay, Obscure Nerd, thank you guys so much for being here. Yenwell, I know I didn't catch you in the chat while you were here, but I hope you hear this. Thank you for being a supporter. And thanks again to Skarredghost. We will see you in a week when we have our good friend Emil Picasso Gentilizzo, who maybe you haven't heard this name before, but this guy is actually a leader in the 360 capture world, where he captures amazing events in 360 from multiple perspectives. And I don't know. I don't know how much we're allowed to talk about, but we've been wanting to introduce him for a long time, and next week it's happening.
One of the coolest guys I know.
Super awesome dude. So you'll meet Emil with us next week on the show. And Skiva, anything else?
I think that's it. I missed you guys and can't wait already for next week's show.
Long live VR.
Long live VR.
Have a great week, everybody.
Later, guys.